Alrighty guys, I wanted to quickly make a video about the powerlifting cycle that we're going through. As you guys know, on December 20th, it is our Christmas party, but it's also our Rogue 1,000-pound challenge. Essentially what that is us doing our squat, bench, deadlift. Essentially, it's a powerlifting meet, trying to see how heavy you can lift in the 3 core power lifts. The reason we do this is 1, to test strength, 2, because it's fun, and 3, because it's good markers to see where your strength levels are, and it's good health metrics, to be honest. So you know that we're doing this, so I wanted to give you a little background and reasoning behind the cycle we're doing and why we're doing it. So the type of progression that we're doing is called a linear progression. It's very simple, probably the simplest type of progression that there is in programming, but it's very effective. This is how it works. You start by accumulating volume, and then that's at a lower intensity, and then as you progress, the volume goes down and the intensity goes up. In this case, the intensity is the weight that you're lifting. So we are going to talk about our bench press cycle because it's the longest cycle we're doing. It is 7 weeks long. I decided to make that one the longest. One, really because it's the lift we do the least. So I wanted to spend the most amount of time on it. We deadlift a fair amount in workouts. We squat a fair amount in workouts, but we do not often bench, so I wanted to spend a lot of time there. So we're going to break that one down. I'll show the others as well, but we began with a 3x12. I was at 30, that's 36 reps, right? That's the amount of volume you're doing. It's gonna be at a very light weight because you can't put up as much weight on 12 reps as you can on 3 reps. So then we had a 3x12, then we have a 4x8. That is gonna be 32 reps. Then we move to a 5x5, 25 reps, another 5x5, another 25 reps. And then we're gonna move to a 6x3. That's this coming week. That's gonna be 18 reps. So you can see volume's going down steadily. That's giving us the opportunity, because we have more sets and smaller reps, to lift more weight during those sets. So 6x3, you're gonna lift heavier than you did in a 5x5. And then the final week before we max out is gonna be 2 sets of 3 and then 2 sets of 2. So that's only 10 reps, but you're able to put out a lot more output and weight and more intensity in those sets than you would be able to if you're doing another 3x12, let's say. So I think you guys get the point. And then that final week, on that final day, we're working up to a heavy 1 rep. For some of us, it'll be a time to max out. For others, it's just gonna be a time to lift heavy and be proud of something that we've built our way up to. So 7 weeks, volume slowly goes down, intensity slowly goes up. Make sense? So you can see that in the others as well, but how this typically works, how it ideally works, is at the higher volume, you're creating adaptation in your body muscularly as you go through the movement pattern. And then as you lift heavier weight, because your body's getting more accustomed to the lighter weight, you're able to lift heavier weight, and then your body continues to adapt to the higher load. Most of that is more neurological adaptation than it is actual muscular. So as you lift heavy, your muscles typically do not grow as much as when you lift for more reps and sets. But you're changing how your body adapts to more weight. So how your ligaments and tendons react to being under such a load, and then how your muscles respond to being in a load that heavy. Instead of relaxing, they start to strengthen, and they respond with more strength instead of just giving way under the weight, because you train your body to do so. A lot of you guys don't really care about that, but that's what's happening as you train. So this is true also for your squat and for your deadlift. The only exception there is when some of you guys noticed we started with a 3x5 the first week on those, and then we went to a 5x5 on the second week. The reason we did that is because I wanted to reintroduce the movement patterns at a little bit more moderate volume before we went to a higher volume initially, because we hadn't done them in lift like that in a while. We've done them in Metcons, we've done sets of 8, we've done sets of 15 when it comes to deadlift, things like that, but we hadn't done specific heavy work on either of those. So I wanted to introduce it just at a little bit lower volume before we pumped the volume up, and then we started coming back down in the more traditional linear progression. If you've noticed, if you've been following along with the extra work as well, there's a day designed specifically for accessory strength for all 3 of the lifts. So there's a day we're going to do RDLs and posterior strengthening. That goes with your deadlifts. There's a day where you're doing pause front squats, which is paired up with your squats. And there's a day when you're doing presses, which is paired up for the bench press. There's also a day for pulling, because we always need more pulling strength. So if you're doing that, or if you haven't done that, maybe take a look at that. If you want to take this challenge seriously, try and incorporate some of that stuff extra. I've been trying to squat a few days a week just to not embarrass myself when it comes to the back squat, since that is my weakest lift. But Yeah, that's it. Really nothing crazy. Just wanted to explain how that works a little bit because I enjoy it and I figured some of you guys might. If you have any questions, let me know. But that's it. Keep training, and then we'll get to lift heavy together on December 20th. All right, that's it.